Okay, today's story is going to be on George Clason, The Richest Man in Babylon. With this book, it's you can read it in 2 or 3 hours, maybe 1 hour. You're a fast reader, but for me, I just took my time. I went inch by inch, top to bottom, left to right, the regular procedure how you read a book. So basically, the story goes out like this: the king in Babylon came to the city, and he looks around and he asks people that, because he himself is not rich, he said he's not the richest, so he want to know who is the richest in Babylon. And he went around and asked people, and eventually somebody yelled out, hey, this person by the name of Akkad, he is the richest man in Babylon. And so the king said, okay, I want you to summon him, bring him to the palace, and I want him to share his knowledge and teach us a class or two of how he got rich. And that's what they did. So they told Akkad, and he went to the palace and he told the king how he got rich. And the king said, okay, I want you to teach this class, right? I'll send a whole bunch of students, and I want you to tell them how you got rich. And he said, okay, arrange me some time, give me a classroom, and send in as much as you can. And he started out with the 7 remedy, because there are 7 days in a week. So he started with 70, or he called it the 70 cure remedy. So the first one starts something like this: start thy post to fattening, which means what Akkad did is every month he would put in 10 coins in his post, and he would only use 1. So the next one comes, he put in another 10, but he only used 1. So it'll be, this month is 9, it'd be 18, 27, 36, 45, and so on, right? So that's what he mean by fatten your posts. They didn't have any banks, they didn't have any credit card, debit card, not like us, what we have today. So they carry around posts. So fattening your post means put in money into it, or gold coins in this particular case. So the second remedy, he said, to control your expenditures. Expenditures, which mean cutting back on expenses, really. Stop paying for going out to eat at the restaurant or wherever you eat. Or in this case, I make my gains at the buffet line. I just go and chow down whatever I want, and then I got big and buff, and at the same time fat. So basically, control your expenses. So it's all about wants and need. So what do you want in life? For instance, you need food, clothes, shelter, water, basically something over your head. And then what you want is something that you don't need. Like for instance, like PS4, PS3. I don't really need those because I have Steam, I have a PC, I can just play it on my computer. Or I don't even need video games, right? I can just read books. For some people, they love watching TV. I don't need TV. I don't even have cable television. So the next remedy, he said, to make your gold multiply. So by that is just keep increasing your gold coins, like every month keep on increasing it. So instead of putting 10 gold coins, every month you would increase it to say 20, and then the next month come 30, 40, 50, so it's 10 plus 20 plus 30. Just do that every month, try to increase it. The fourth remedy, he says, to guard thy treasure from loss. Now we all know in the modern day we have a CPA, right? What is CPA? It really mean certified public accountant, but in actuality it really means cannot protect asset, as pointed out by Robert Kiyosaki. He's the same guy who wrote a book on Rich Dad Poor Dad. He wrote other 2 books as well. It's called The Prophecy, and the other one I cannot think on top of my head, but look up Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Anyway, go back to the story. So the fifth remedy is to make the welding profitable investment. So it's plain, simple, and forward. It's you invest, right? You got what Roth IRA, you got 401k. There's something equivalent to that in the United States Federal Department. We call it TPS, Thrift Saving Plan. Yeah, TSP. Sorry, Thrift Saving Plan. That's what that's called. It's equivalent of the 401k. You know, the 401k is on the civilian side. Then you go to the military or the United States Federal Agency, they have a TSP. So, or you can just try stocks and bond, treasury bond, mutual fund, index trading, and so on and so on. So the sixth remedy or the sixth cure, he says, to ensure a future income. By that, he simply means that, let's say you have a family, right? And you have saving, you have stocks and bond, you have, 401k, Roth IRA. When you get older in life, you have a whole bunch of gold sitting, so you pretty much can live high off the hog. But instead of just keeping it to yourself, share it with your family. Share it with your mom, dad, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, cousin, whatever makes you happy. I know I'm not gonna take all that with me. I mean, when I get older, at least share it with something. Give it to your local, whatever your religious fanatic. Give it to your church or your temple, your mosque, whatever, your shrine. So help out the community, right? And then the final remedy or cure that he mentioned is to increase your ability to earn. It's straightforward, really. Once you make enough money, you don't stop there. You try to increase that earning, so you can think of any other products or services that you want to put out. One of which, let's say Microsoft, right? Bill Gates, he makes a whole ton of money. Not only does he have Microsoft, he has the Office. They call it Office 360 now, but it used to be just Microsoft Office 2013, 2007, 2003, 1999, and so on. And then he has Xbox. Then he owns Skype. Yeah, Skype used to be a private corporation, and then Microsoft bought it out. And then he has some other list of products and services that he puts out there for Microsoft. So you don't just stop at one thing, right? You try to increase your earning by doing some other products or services and then selling them to whoever, the consumer. And that's pretty much basically it for this book on it's called The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. You can go grab it at the not the bookstore, but at the library. You can check it out for free, or you can go to Goodwill and try to find one. I bought mine at Goodwill. It's right here. It's only $1.99, so it's $2. And you can pretty much read this in about an hour if you're fast reading. But it took me about maybe 2-3, because I have to stop a few pages and then I had to take a break and then I went back. So it took me about close to I don't know, 3 maybe. I'm a slow reader, I go inch by inch, page by page, top to bottom, left to right. So I took my time, and that's all I have to say. So you want it, go get it at the library, or you can just find one on online. But I got mine at Goodwill, or you can just go to any Goodwill store and try to find one yourself.